Maya collapsed against the rough bark of an ancient oak, her breath coming in ragged, shallow bursts that clouded in the freezing air. She didn't dare move. She didn't dare blink. Every few seconds, the rhythmic thud-thud-thud of a heavy boot hitting the sodden ground echoed through the trees, always closer than the last time she'd heard it. Behind her, a twig snapped with the surgical precision of a bone breaking. Maya spun around, swinging a rusted tire iron into empty air. But then, she saw it. The pale, emotionless face of the doll-face mask stared down at her. Maya scrambled backward, her boots sliding in the muck. She broke into a dead run, thorns tearing at her jacket and skin. She burst through a clearing and saw a small, dilapidated tool shed. She dove inside and slammed the wooden door, back against the door. She didn't wait to see if they were coming back. She kicked out a loose slat in the back wall and squeezed through, tumbling back into the mud and the dark. She ran toward the sound of the distant highway, the only hope of a passing car. As she reached the edge of the woods, the window rolled down, her blood turned to ice. Sitting in the driver's seat was the Scarecrow, his burlap mask stained dark with rainwater. From the shadows of the truck bed behind her, the pinup girl rose slowly. The rattle of the metal links was the only sound in the night. Maya realized then that they weren't chasing her. They were hurting her. Every panicked flight, every hiding spot, every desperate move she had made was exactly where they wanted her to go. She backed away from the truck, her hands trembling, only to bump into something solid and cold. She turned slowly to see Dollface standing inches away, holding a kitchen knife that caught the glint of the truck's high beams. "Why?" Maya whispered, the word a broken sob. "Why are you doing this?" Maya swung the tire iron, catching the girl in the shoulder, but the Scarecrow was already out of the cab. He swung a heavy mallet, shattering the wood of a nearby fence post, just as Maya dove out of the way. She was cornered against a steep ravine. She stepped forward, driving the jagged end of the tire iron into the gap in his mask. Maya didn't wait for them to recover. She turned and threw herself into the darkness of the ravine, the wind rushing past her ears as she plummeted toward the rushing water below. She hit the surface with a bone-jarring impact, the freezing current dragging her under immediately. Maya's hand eventually caught a low-hanging branch near the bank. She dragged herself onto the grassy verge and looked back. She began to crawl toward a flickering light in the distance, a small cabin. She reached the porch and dragged herself up the steps. With the last of her strength, she raised her fist and knocked on the door. The door creaked open, and a young woman looked out. 3 pairs of eyes watched from the tree line, waiting for the door to close. The cycle hadn't ended, it had just found a new house.